occult. Ein Fia. We are star stuff. We are from the stars. When the moon is formed, when the tides are formed, when the atmosphere is formed, and creatures begin to form, and life forms, how many million years have passed since the Big Bang? That this is happening, where are we in this great living calendar? And if we start our calendar as Big Bang and end our calendar as being swallowed by the biggest black hole, okay, as a living species, where are we now in this calendar? And how many years have passed since our creation? How old are we? And have there been other species of life in this great universe? And where do they place in this great calendar? And these coordinates of time and space means, say, the Milky Way galaxy, say, the planet Earth, say, such and such a country, and say at such and such a time of this calendar. At this point, these coordinates have a specific mode, a specific energy, and a specific frequency, and its frequency is to find the energy. We can understand these coordinates when we know that there is a frequency in one place that Tesla says, measure all the secrets in these frequencies. So, by finding that frequency, we can find the next coordinates in time and space, open portals, go to the warp world, go to the dream realm, go to the psychedelic world, and trade with the beings that belong to this world. Now, even if it is very basic that we want to write a contract, it's like a spell that such and such being, I give you a certain creature and a certain sacrifice, and you do a certain thing for me, whether it is a static or dynamic grid implementation that we use sacred geometry. We arrange a certain number of crystals in certain geometry, and we want to make these houses for the presence of supernatural beings. You will do work for us, or we can open a portal with these and go to other worlds. This becomes the whole branch of occult. We understand that all of them are talking about energies, something that physics still cannot define anything for it, because physics cannot define dimensions for the soul. Here we enter the world of metaphysics. Metaphysics means after physics, where science has not yet defined laws for it. When we see everything scientifically, when science cannot define a thing yet, we reject it. That is why occult are known as spirit science. Spirit science is composed of two words, spirit and science. It means a science that is spiritual, and it is spiritual. So we always discuss two topics together, not only the discussion of the soul, and not only the discussion of knowledge, both together. Someone who is doing the work of occult should understand the laws of physics as well as a scientist, and he should be able to measure these, design experiments that when he is doing them, leave something for future generations. We all dream every night. Does anyone record these dreams? No, except for the one who works in occult. Anyone make a sleep journal? No, except someone who does occult. Does anyone know what happens in a dream? We have day of how, except for the pieces that we see from the future. In the time dimension, we travel, we see strange creatures, we travel, we see new worlds. What is this? Or we travel far into the future, not even a single piece. Symbolically, we understand the events that will happen in the future. Next month, for example. How is it possible? Physics knows it is. Can it give an explanation about it? No. That's why in metaphysics, understand, write, and leave it for the time when physics can give an explanation for it. Does physics, for example, reject the first level of magical talents, which is telepathy? No, it says, I know that there is such a thing. I know that there is an honest dream. I know there are some things, but I still cannot define rules for them. I can't formulate how to use telepathy. How does A plus B equal C? I still don't know. Now, the discussion of spiritual, which is the soul. Where does humanity get involved with this discussion of the soul? From the discussion of schools, religions, Anyone who looks at the discussion of the soul related it to belief and does not look at it as a physical parameter that can be measured and enters into a discussion of beliefs and enters the discussion of religions, the first place that determines a structure for the soul is in religions. It is in schools of thought, and it is the first structure that humans accept because there is no other structure. If humans know that they have something inside them, humanity knows that it can go beyond physics, but he doesn't know how. Well, if there is an elementary school for this matter, the elementary school of occult, are religions, humans quickly accept whatever is given to them. Humans as a living species are very young. Well, we know that the third dimension has very weak beings compared to the fourth, fifth, and higher dimensions. That is, we organics are very limited compared to non-organics. And in these organics, humans are very limited compared to the organics that are ahead of them in terms of technology from the time of the Big Bang until now. For example, if the human lifespan is 1 million years as Homo sapiens, and it has been 300,000 years that something called civilization and technology has started in this species, there are beings and aliens in which this civilization has been for 5 million years. And this civilization rise is as a binary thing, and when technology begins to take shape. Now, compare the current technology with 100 years ago or 1,000 years ago. Compare the speed with which it has moved forward. So, then we see that this speed is constantly increasing. A person named Moore, who established Moore's law, says that every 2 years, the power of our CPU doubles, their weight is halved, their manufacturing price is halved, their volume is halved. This is how we are moving towards singularity. It means improved. It means getting better in all respects. Compare a smartphone from 20 years ago to now, and how much was the processing power of that phone? How much did it cost to make that phone? How much was the volume it occupied? There was no such thing as smart at all. And the further we go, where are we going? And there are certain points in the future that have strange frequencies, and everyone who works in a cult is attracted to that point. One of them is the year 2050, when you travel in time. 2050 is a word called singularity that is heard a lot. The prophet who is now in humanity and prophesies things is called Kurzweil, and now they don't care about him now. After his death, they will find out what he said. And now we talk about the discussion of the prophet. Who is the prophet? Is it Muhammad? Is it Jesus? Is it Moses? Is it Christ? A prophet who preaches Allah is only a prophet. There are no other gods. Religion is only monotheistic religion. There are no other religions. Is God as the most powerful, Allah, the most powerful being in the whole third dimension. The questions that have occupied everyone's minds, and everyone is starting to find answers to these questions. Is there a creator at all? If there is a creator, there is only one, and he was not created from anyone else, and no one else was created from him. And what was his purpose in creating us? If he created us, is this creator we are talking about the same Allah or another being? Are we eternal? Where will the world go after this three-dimensional world? Does humanity end here? Is there a soul? Is there consciousness? Are we going to go somewhere else? And if we are going to go somewhere else, is there any information about it? What will be happen? Thanks for your kind comments. Theiam.